You shout out Soda TV too?
Show TV shout out.
Okay.
Soda TV.
Soda TV, what up?
Okay.
Soda TV. Shout out.
Welcome to Soda TV.
What's your name? Whatever it is.
Soda TV. It's Soda TV. Welcome back to Soda TV. So this video definitely answers all of the questions we have had about JayDaYoungan's unaliving, you know what I'm saying, from the words of his mother, because this was done right in front of his mother, his sister, his father was also popped, you know what I'm saying, and some other people his father had with him. You know, we get the intricate details from the horse's mouth today. So we have one of rap's most phenomenal and sturdy harmonizing angster with a G at the beginning rappers of all time. In my book, you know, next to, well, under people like Youngboy, Kevin Gates, and Future, those harmonizing people that give the hood perspective, you know, and what JayDaYoungan was trying to do, but I think he kind of failed to do by passing. He was trying to kick in those doors and break those boundaries in the rap game that rappers have as far as number wise, right? See, a lot of rappers do what JayDaYoungan did and take a shortcut. So just making a rap about a female versus, or just making a rap about how you've lived and even been on the block, sometimes that ain't good enough for sales, man, and numbers. Versus you talking about beefing and doing something to somebody that's really alive and they can respond back and some of the stuff being true. You know, those are two different numbers. Though you talking big numbers versus little numbers or no numbers at all. So this shortcut is definitely what JayDaYoungan took. You know what I'm saying? And this has been going on since the 80s and before, you know what I'm saying, with rap. Going back to Tupac, you know, rappers have always used this, you know, but it's just a difference between then and now. Beefing on wax, take your sales from, you know, I say it's about 75 to 100 times the sales. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about beef, you know, back then rappers was doing this, but they would, most of them kept it on wax, meaning they kept it in the studio. They kept it on records. They had nothing to do with street. It didn't cross over to street politics or nothing. They did the rap and went back home to their families. You know, today, well, with the exception of Pac and Biggie, you know what I'm saying, and a few others, but for most part, that's why they Eazy-E called them studio angsters. You feel me? So in today's market, we have fans looking at it more so like we're supporting the people who actually do what they're talking about in their raps. And along with this comes the fans also not supporting the people that are talking about the crimes they do, but ain't did a single crime in their whole life. That it's just, so it kind of forces, and I feel rappers, when you kind of being forced into a corner, you know, but at the same time, it's producing a lost generation of crash outs, and it's effing up this side of the field. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, JayDaYoungan chose to take this shortcut with this rap beef, and who knows why he was unalive. Who knows if it was a hit or if it was from beef. But he was trying to engage in beef his whole career. You know what I'm saying? With the highest, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to look for the word. Like at its highest point, he inserted himself into, or he was trying to insert himself into the beef with YoungBoy and Fredo Bang. And I said try. He successfully did it because he ended up linking up with Fredo, songs together, actually spending quality time together, and spent most of his hit songs or his most streamed and watched videos are from dissing YoungBoy. And for real, I think it ended up getting so deep to where YoungBoy and them end up allegedly retaliating it. JayDaYoungan's, what I would call him his best friend, FG Famous, got hit up. And the only reason I say it was associated because right after FG Famous got hit up from allegedly dissing YB, FG Famous, he went live and he started mentioning 4K Trey and the NBA crew. So that ain't me, y'all. So JayDaYoungan mother shares some alarming and weird facts, things surrounding the unaliving of JayDaYoungan that took place on July 27, 2022 in Bogalusa, Louisiana. It's just strange things that she shared, man, that we needed to know. I needed to know. And it's just like, dang, man, really? So we going to get right into that. Before I do, I got to go into my Keith Sweat mode and beg you to please hit that like button. This lets the algorithm know that this video deserves to win and more people can view this video just like you're looking at it. Second, if you could share this video, I would love that. Family, friends, etc. if you got the time and patience. The biggest thing I got to ask you for is to subscribe to this channel. If you don't want to do it now, you can surely wait to the end of this video where you will do it. And I'll be there to remind you, but you got to keep your word. Brother, sister, whoever you are, that's what we do on this channel. Last but not least, notification bell, which will keep you notified on any and everything this channel produces future-wise, right? Back to it.
Supposed to been painting a car, doing the interior, something for my son. Me and Jay had already been up. We had been up all night, all freaking night, because of another situation that happened. I'ma just say it like that. Okay, we didn't even get up to that evening. Well, when Jay's dad came, everything happened real quickly. Dad came by the house with these two other gentlemen. Well, Jay was gonna pay the guys. Was supposed to be giving them money to do whatever work he was gonna have them do. I don't fucking know. And the money, he had got $8,000 out of the $10,000 band. He left $2,000 sitting on the bed. He had told me he was finna, pay the guys. He finna holler his daddy for a minute. Okay. Now, I told my daughter. My daughter was 12 years old at the time. Jay went outside with his dad. All this happened real quickly because Jay wasn't even outside 20 good minutes. Well, I told my daughter, excuse me, someone's calling me through Messenger. I told my daughter to go get the mail out the mailbox. Well, my daughter went. Jay, his father, and the two other gentlemen, all four of them were sitting on the porch. My daughter went out there, got the mail. She came back in the house. When she came back in the house, I met her at the door, was getting ready to walk up the little stairway. Within that brief time, by the time we hit the front room, all I heard was doo, 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 doo. And I just looked, and I immediately took off running to the side door. Well, by the time I made it to the side door, my son was already coming through the motherfucking door. He pushed me against the wall. I hit the wall. He swung over and he said, "Mama, close the door." So I heard him close the door. When I'm locking the door, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And when I turned and looked, All I seen was my son standing there with holes all in his body. Of course, as a mother, I lost it. I'm screaming. I'm panicking. And the only thing my son said was, Mama, just get me to the hospital. We both walked in my room. I'm trying to find my keys. I done emptied my whole purse on the floor. My daughter's in shock. She's standing there screaming to the top of her lungs. He never cried out. He never screamed. He never panicked. He said, Mama, get me to the hospital. By this time, I hear a knock at the side door. So I peek around, and it was his dad at the door. Well, when all this happened, his dad had a chick with him. She was in the car. When the shots and everything rung out, she hid on the floor of the car. Well, his dad, the chick, the young lady, and the two other guys, I open the door, they come inside. Jay was leaning against the dresser, standing in my room still. He was like, y'all, get me to the hospital, y'all. I'm screaming because I can't find my keys. I'm like, y'all, we got to get him to the hospital. Well, Jay walked away from my dresser, and then by this time, he just kneeled. He took a knee on the floor. He was like, y'all, come on, get me to the hospital. And he just laid out on the floor. So, I'm screaming. And I'm going to say this. This is what the fuck y'all don't know. And y'all, people wonder why I went silent after my son's death. My son laid out on the floor. He's dead weight. I couldn't pick him up by myself. I'm screaming, please help me. Help me pick my baby up off this floor. I grabbed my son by the legs. His dad was standing there. His dad got shot on the leg. That was it. His dad was standing there. One of the guys made 2-3 of his dad. He's standing there. The other white man that was with him, he just pacing back and forth. They just stood there and looked at me without a care in the fucking world. Not one of all three of them fucking men helped me pick my boy up off that floor. The young lady that was there with his dad, she grabbed my son under his arms, and I grabbed him by his legs, and we toted my child out that fucking house. We toted him out the house. Not none of them. So that's why I screamed and I told everybody that would listen to me. No one would listen. I feel like it was a setup. Yes, I do. I do. I don't know what the fuck, how the fuck. One fucking shooter. One person. How the fuck he knew, like in a matter of 15 minutes, to come to my house and do all this.
So am I the only person that questions the girl that JayDaYoungan's father had with him? Like, I bring you with me. My son is already a superstar. Well, local superstar. You know, he was a big rapper on globally, but a superstar locally. So I corrected myself. So you mean to tell me that I bring you over here, my son is already a target, but you sitting in the car while everyone else is in the house? Nah. I ain't going like that. So you away from all of the action and you're safe and sound, and that's just my thinking. No, you coming where I go. You coming with me. You ain't my wife. You ain't my BM, which is JayDaYoungan's mother, is in the house with me. You out in the car. No, you come. But I understand reasons why he might have left her in the car. But no, I need to be able to see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like things got, he had no type of, JayDaYoungan had no type of security. Like, it was no set up security with protocol. That was too loose, man. He was moving way too loose. But he was at home. He was at home in Bogalusa, and he was literally at home. So, you know, but it's no excuses. There's no excuses in that life. So I question her, but I let off her a little bit when JayDaYoungan's mother described how she was the only one that helped her pick up JayDaYoungan. Out of all the men that was there, everybody froze up and acted weird, but so I kind of eased up on her, but helping a person pick somebody up don't mean you ain't do the setup. You know, it's plenty of people, and that's a favorite in Chicago, you know, set somebody up and then act like you ain't doing the help. But, you know, it kind of takes, I'm kind of like 50-50 with her. Like, I'm not that big on her, but these other people, man, you feel me? My son is banged up on the floor, finna meet his maker. Well, no, JayDaYoungan, well, he did, like she said, he fell to the floor, you know. But at the time, I'm talking from his mother and specifically his father's point of view. At the time I needed y'all the most, where you could have showed that you had any type of care for me. My son was on the ground, finna take his last breath, and the greatest thing y'all worthless ass then did was act confused and white guy pacing back and forth. Like, seriously? Seriously. And I brought y'all over here from his mother's point of view. They was finna do some fixing on the car or whatever they was over there to help assist his father in doing for JayDaYoungan. So obviously y'all are associates of the father, maybe friends, at least associates or something. I doubt his father just found some C-heads. Can't say that word on here, but CRACK heads, and then just brought him over there. I doubt his father did that, but that's done a lot in the hood too. But you mean it's like y'all can do nothing? Especially the dude that was, like I say, it just took a white guy pacing back and forth doing nothing when she's yelling and crying, like pacing back and forth trying to be sure that he passes and you're not doing nothing to save him type of stuff. Maybe. What you think? And even if it's not, like, what you doing, bro? Like, somebody is taking their last breath here. You ain't on no construction site wait for somebody to pass you a hammer. What's wrong with you, dude? His mother should have got down on, like, get out of my house, up the switch on all of them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody except the father of JayDaYoungan and the little sister. Everybody else would have got their fire up on them. And it kind of seemed like JayDaYoungan's father was a little out of pocket too. Like his mother said, you only shot in the foot. You know, I asked you to help me pick JayDaYoungan up or whatever. Nobody did it. Man, listen to me, man. If my son popped up, both of my feet can be popped up. If I'm in no shape, then if I'm good and I know I'm gonna survive and I'm putting my all in to get my son. F me. You know, especially if I know I'm gonna live and I got minimal damage. Like, it's a lot of that weird stuff that happened. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this. Please, brother or sister. Last but not least, attach that like button to it. Share this if you got the time and patience. We talked about subscribing at the beginning. You said if I earned it, you would do it at the end. I told you that I need you to keep your word as a man or woman on this channel. So can we do that? You know, what we doing here. Last but not least, notification bell, keep you notified on any and everything this channel produces. This is self-proclaimed #1 celebrity news channel on YouTube. At this time, I'm Soda TV, the real Soda TV. I'm out of here.